Good morning students, class 11th. Today I am going to discuss the section 6th of chapter 1st, Law of Chemical Combination. As we know, one of the most important aspect of chemistry is the study of chemical reactions. So, these chemical reactions takes place according to certain laws, and these laws are called as law of chemical combination. It includes various laws such as law of conservation of mass, law of constant composition, law of multiple proportion, law of reciprocal proportion, and law of combining volume. Clear? So, the first four laws deals with mass relationship, whereas the last one, that is law of combining volume, also called as Gay-Lussac law of gaseous volume, it deals with volume of reacting gases only. The first four laws deals with mass relationship, whereas the last one deals with volume of reacting gases. So let us discuss these laws one by one. The first law is law of conservation of mass. This law was given by a scientist named as Antony Lavoisier in year 1789. This law deals with mass of reactant and mass of product. This law deals with mass of reactants and mass of products during a chemical reaction or during a physical change. Clear? So, this law states that in all the physical and chemical changes, the total mass of reactant is equal to the total mass of product. This law is applicable for all the physical as well as chemical changes, both changes in which total mass of reactant is found equal to total mass of product. It means the chemical reaction is following the law of conservation of mass. So in this case, there is no increase or decrease in total mass of the matter during chemical or physical change. Clear? The total mass of the matter, whether it is solid or liquid, it remains same. There is no decrease or increase in the total mass of matter during physical or chemical change. Hence, we can also state it as matter can neither be created nor be destroyed. Matter can neither be created nor be destroyed. So, this law by this statement is also called as law of indestructibility of matter. It is also called as law of indestructibility of matter. So, following experiments illustrate about this law when the matter undergo physical change or when matter undergo chemical change. We will study in these two changes that mass of reactant was found equal to mass of product. If the two masses are equal, it means law of conservation is following there or illustrated there. If the mass is not equal, then this law is not applicable in that chemical or physical change. So the first is when matter undergo physical change, law of indestructibility of matter or law of conservation of mass when matter undergoes a physical change. As we know, a physical change is that in which no new substance is formed. We know that physical change is that change in which there is no formation of new substance. Only the physical state of reactant and product changes, and that physical change can be reversed by reversing or changing the condition. Therefore, this is a physical change. In this case, suppose we have taken a piece of ice in a conical flask. This piece of ice is taken in a conical flask. It is well cocked and weighed. Clear? This apparatus is named as conical flask. In this conical flask, we have taken some pieces of ice by weighing them, and this flask is properly closed by using a cork. It is tightly fitted here. Suppose the weight of this flask as well as ice was found to be 15 gram. Now this flask is heated gently. After heating, we observed that this ice changes to water. As we know, the physical state of ice is solid here and physical state of water is liquid here. This ice is reactant, solid state, and this water is a product which is present in liquid state. So, when this ice solid is heated, it changes into liquid water, and this ice of the flask undergo melting, and this ice will changes into water. Clear? Again, when this ice changes to water, the flask is again weighed. The weight of flask is again taken. It was found that the weight of water in the flask was also found to be 15 gram. So the mass of reactant is equal to mass of product. So in this case, there is no change in the weight through this physical change. Clear? When physical change or a physical reaction takes place, chemical reaction involving physical change takes place, in that case also mass of reactant is also found equal to mass of product in a balanced chemical equation. Clear? Next is when matter undergo chemical change. Next illustration of this law, when matter undergo chemical change. As we know, chemical change is that in which a new substance is formed which is totally different from reactant and product. This is reactant and this is product. This product formed here is a new substance, and this new substance is totally different from this reactant, and this product cannot be changes back into reactant. Therefore, the chemical changes are irreversible in nature. These are irreversible in nature. So first example is precipitation reaction during a chemical change. In this case, a tube is taken called as Landolt tube by the name of scientist. This tube consists of two different compartments. This tube consists of two different compartments. So the opening of this tube are tightly fitted with a rubber cork. In this case, in the first tube, solution of NaCl is taken. Sodium chloride solution is taken. In the second tube, solution of silver nitrate AgNO3 aqueous solution is taken. Both the solution are colorless solution. They are separately taken in the two different limbs of this Landolt tube. So the limbs of this tube are fitted with cork, and this tube is undergo weighing by using digital balance. Now in the previous case, we will measure the mass of this complete tube containing NaCl and AgNO3 solution. After that, this tube is now slightly tilted. This tube is slightly tilted. थोड़ा सा इसको टेढ़ा कर देंगे हम. Then we observe that these two solutions undergo mixing with each other. Clear? When the tube was tilted to allow the two solutions undergo mixing, as a result, it undergo formation of silver chloride. Physical state of silver chloride was found to be solid, plus formation of sodium nitrate aqueous. In this case, AgCl was found to be in solid state. What does this solid indicate? This indicate that this AgCl is found in the form of white precipitate, and we know that precipitate is a solid residue. Therefore, we have write solid here. Clear? So after mixing of these two solutions, the reaction becomes NaCl aqueous plus AgNO3 aqueous. It gives out AgCl solid plus NaNO3 aqueous. In the previous case, we have measured the mass of this reactant, and when the solution undergo complete mixing, then we will again measure the mass of this product. Again, it was found that the mass of reactant and product was remain unchanged, or it will found to be equal. Next example is decomposition of mercury oxide. What is mercury oxide? This HgO. This is mercury oxide, in which oxidation state of mercury is 2 positive. When it undergo heating. On heating, this one reactant undergo decomposition. Decomposition means breakdown of this reactant into one or more substances or one or more product. It will form liquid mercury with evolution of oxygen gas. This is a balanced equation according to this species. Clear? This mercury oxide on heating undergo decomposition to give two or more reactant. In this case, the mass of mercury oxide was 100 gram, the mass of liquid mercury was 92.6 gram, and this mass of oxygen gas was found to be 7.4 gram. When these two masses of product were added, it was again found to be equal to 100 gram. So in this case, the total mass of reactant was equal to total mass of product. So even during a decomposition reaction, the matter is neither gained or nor lost. Mass also remains equal. Clear? This is about law of conservation of mass. In the next lecture, we will discuss about the numerical problem based on this law.